Welcome to Let's Talk. ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਨੇ ਰॉय ਹੈਪਵਰਥ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਕੈਰੀਲੌਨ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੰਬੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਨ। ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਦਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਰੋਲ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ, ਆਓ ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਰॉय ਹੈਪਵਰਥ ਕੋਲੋਂ। ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਸ਼ੋ ਸਰ।
Thank you.
Right. So we are talking about music, right? So first tell me why and when did you started this Carillon music and what prompted you to start this?
I'd always wanted to have my own business. I was working for a mining company as a helicopter pilot, and
Right.
The job ended, and we started looking at different businesses. I really wanted to own a helicopter company.
Right.
But it took a lot of money for that and a little bit more
Sure.
risky type. So
Yeah.
I always enjoyed music, and that, although I'm not a highly trained musician, always enjoyed that aspect of it. And so we picked up a line of pianos and just so we could sell them. But I figured if you're going to sell it, you should also offer a music to the people that you
Right.
are providing the instruments to, sort of
Right.
thing. So one of the big things we did was start first of all with children's music courses, and that
Okay.
was kind of a unique style that we took. They were not available in the local area, and we were the first ones to really start that.
That's good.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you were the first one to start that thing, right? So initially you must have faced some challenges because you told that you were the first one to start that music. So were there any challenges, and if yes, then how did you overcome that?
Well, the standard piano teachers resisted children learning. There was another program, which I must say existed, called the Suzuki program, which was being taught by some of the very leading music teaching institutions in the area. This was a little bit different than that. It was, though, still targeted at the ear of the young child, and piano teachers looked strictly at the performance side, how well a child could play. Well, a 4-year-old has got a concentration about that long,
Yeah.
and yet they're going through the greatest change of the ear in their life. In fact, they say between the ages of about 3 and 8, the average child develops 80% or more of the tonal definition they learn their entire life.
Oh, okay.
Well, now that's a powerful music
Yeah.
development, but what's exciting about it is there's a lot of non-musical benefits as well. They've tested literally thousands of children that have in ear training programs
Right.
in that 4 to 8 age range, or 3 to 8 age range where this takes place. They benefit in mathematics. They bubble in mathematics compared to the
Right.
children that have not had it. Language studies, of course, language is a form of music anyway,
Right.
and it really bubbles high. And abstract sciences is another area that the children benefit. So there's not only a musical background and grounding there, but the second part of it is it's benefiting a lot of non-musical areas of a child's life, which is fantastic, and it
Yeah.
goes with them right through university, these little benefits that they get
Oh,
from that.
that's great. And so you told that you are not a musician yourself, right?
Well, I play. I'm a hobbyist. I'm not a trained musician, but I enjoy music.
Right.
Yeah, I play at it. That's what I call it.
So you learned something?
Oh yes. Oh
Right.
yeah. And it's I still am learning even.
Okay, so you told like you yourself took music as a hobby, and most of the students, they also come as music they take as a hobby, not a career, right? So is that a challenge for you?
The biggest challenge we have is helping the parents understand in the children's courses, particularly they are not performance-oriented programs. The type of lesson that the child is taking is one is preparing them for performance type playing. So if you compare one of the children in our children's courses at the end of the first year, end of the second year, if your measuring stick was how well they moved their hands, in most cases, you'd find them they would be, I wouldn't say, they would not be in an advanced state at all, sort of thing. But the ear is being prepared, and there's another area of that which many people don't recognize, but that is the creative skills of the child. If you spend all your time teaching them how to make their fourth finger move to here and they're relative to developing their imagination. For example, you can pound creative skills in, or you can bring it from themselves. For example, if you were to say, oh, this particular method of teaching will teach them to be creative, and then you teach them this and you teach them how to do it, that can be done. That's kind of the pounding in side. The other side is, here, you've got this twinkle, twinkle, little star down now, and you say to a child, I wonder how an elephant would do that. Oh, you watch their eyes, they get big as saucers. Oh, yeah, well. And so you're stimulating the genuine creative, the part that's inside, which has to be, so you can force feed it, or you can do it. I think, at least our philosophy is that you do it a little better if you use their imagination.
Right.
How would your dogs play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Well, they come up with some weird things, but that's the creative development that did. I think if every parent recognized that, the benefit of music on the ear development and what it does for the brain in other non-musical areas, we'd probably need 10 buildings the size we have for putting them in. But it is a reality. There's some children that are completely turned off by music, but most children, if you make a musical sound, they'll be trying to imitate it or do something else to create with. And sometimes maybe we're so anxious for them to play that we drive the music out of them because they think of playing a musical instrument as something hard to do, sort of thing. So it's kind of, it's a very exciting watching this.
Yeah, because sometimes we start something as our hobby, but with time we develop some passion for that thing, and we may take it as a career, right?
Yes. Oh, sure. That's
that's the thing. So, Mr. Roy, we will be talking more about this music and the connection with the children, but after a little break.
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਦੇ ਬੋਝ ਹੇਠ ਦੱਬੇ ਹੋ? ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਕੀ ਕਰੋ?
ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਾੜਾ ਅਸਰ ਪਾ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ 'ਚ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਘਟਾ ਕੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਰਕਮ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਕਿਸ਼ਤਾਂ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਕਤ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਨਵੀਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਜੀਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
1866-790-8984 ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨਜ਼, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਥੀ।
ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੇ ਜਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਕੈਰੀਲਨ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਦੇ ਫਾਊਂਡਰ ਰॉय ਹੈਫਵਰਥ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਰੀ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ। So, Mr. Roy, you were just telling about music and the kids' connection. So, more, I just want to know that does music help in kids or children's brain development too?
Well, this is what we're told, and it certainly orients the brain into perhaps better learning methods. One teacher that I know was observing, just come in to see how we were handling that, and the thing that she said was the fact it was teaching children to watch things in an abstract way. In other words, you didn't have to say, "Go pick this ball up." You could say, "Let's clean the room."
Okay.
You see, the children are thinking a little broader because of the music. Now, what part of the brain's working on that, I don't have a clue, but this is what we're told by psychologists and people.
So it does help, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So, sir, we have seen that Surrey is changing demographically. So, do you see that kids from different communities, they come and learn music at your place?
Yes. Well, for example, for years we were a completely Caucasian school there, with some of the Oriental people coming in. And they kind of carried the ball for a while, but in Surrey area here particularly now, it's South Asian, and so we've actually honed in that direction because I think the majority of the population in our area where we're located is mostly South Asian.
Yeah.
And we've seen this increase in our school from that side of it, and we're looking forward to when some of those students become very excellent musicians,
That's
that
good.
we can start little family concerts
Right.
with them, so that the South Asian people will see, hey, this is a very excellent way to increase their children's not only musicality, but also to improve in their education system. So
That's
I'm very excited about that.
That's good to know.
And
Yeah, everybody is participating.
yes, that's right. No, it is. It's very, very broad. The one weakness we have, because South Asians do not bring a strong piano
Okay.
background. They play other instruments,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
piano is not one of the
No.
majority instruments,
True.
and so it's a new thing
Yeah.
to them. And we think we can expand that awareness of what the piano offers as we get further
Yeah.
and further into it. Many times I'd be asked, well, do you have any South Asian teachers? Because they want them to be able to speak their language, of course. And
Right.
we're not set up that way as yet, because there's really none that have the experience.
They
So
have
we
the experience.
insist that they
Oh,
have
okay.
to be able
So
to.
maybe the kids who are learning now, they,
Absolutely.
in
Yeah,
future,
it
maybe
will.
take it as a career.
Oh, yes, I've no doubt about it, because probably 25% of our school is now South Asian, and that's a
Right.
change from a
So
few
in
years
future,
ago.
you will be having some.
I'll be having trouble understanding what the people are doing.
True, true. So, Mr. Roy, it has been a long career. Like you have started it quite a long way back.
Yes.
So, I just want to know what's your best moment till now in your life, in your career?
Well, you know, we had a boy start with us when he was 5 years old in the ear training courses.
Right.
He was born of a mother addicted to drugs and alcohol, and he had fetal alcohol
Okay.
syndrome. So when he would come in the morning and I would say, good morning, he would not even say a word to me. He went to his music lesson and cried.
Okay.
His mother told him, you're going to do this. I mean, his foster mother, because he was removed from the natural mother.
Natural. Okay.
And that was about 20 some years ago. This young fellow who had this is now in a university in the States.
Wow.
And just the other night, he did a concert for us. Absolutely magnificent.
That's
And he's confident. And my thought is, had he not had this, first of all, parenting, this, she was a single mother, but she parented him really
Very,
close,
very well,
very important. And the second thing was, she was able to work him into a music mode,
Yeah.
and where he wouldn't talk to anyone, where he'd cry in the music lessons. He's now a confident young man. I'm sure that there was a strong possibility, had he been left with normal circumstances without the parenting and that, he would probably be breaking into people's homes nowadays,
True,
because
yeah.
that's so often the result of these handicapped or
exactly.
weaknesses that some
Yeah.
children
So
are born.
outcome can be anything.
Yeah, and here he is now.
Yeah.
He's on his way to a successful career. He's confident. And yes, he still has some hang-ups in his learning abilities.
Right.
But man, that's one of the most exciting things to me, because we've seen the absolute most dismal approach beginning in
Yeah.
it, and then see it transformed
Transformation.
through the power of the mother, the power of the teachers, and the power of music.
So a great example, right? So
Terrific.
how the music helped in his development, right?
Absolutely,
Right.
gorgeous sort of
That's
way.
that's
Yeah.
a very nice thing to know that.
I mean, there's lots of other stories, but that's
that's-
a crowning
yeah,
one that stands
exactly.
out in my mind most outstanding.
Yeah. So we will encourage the kids to go and learn music.
Absolutely.
Right. So, Mr. Roy, you have been married over 50 years now, right?
Yes.
Right.
It'll
And
be
so
63
I just want to
years.
know
yeah.
that how your married life or your wife, she helped you out
Oh,
throughout.
hey, she's a terrific wife. I tell her all the time, she's one of the best wives in the world. I couldn't have ever done better. I was married very young,
Yeah.
and I married a cougar,
Yeah.
they call them, when they're older than yourself. And she's been a fabulous wife. She's been a big help. She's a gal that works behind the scenes.
Okay.
I work more in the front side of it there, but she's, you know, she's keeping this painted and that cleaned up and this sort of thing. And she's not one to call attention to herself, but she's fabulous.
It's a true example of like every successful man has a woman behind him.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Even when I was a helicopter pilot, she didn't like everything I was doing, but because I was away from home a lot of the time then.
Right.
But that we went through that with Flying Colors, and we've gone through the music store business with. It's been a great experience.
Good to know that.
Yes.
So in the end, Mr. Roy, I just want to know what message do you want to give to the new generation, the kids, and the parents?
I would say, you know, music is work to learn an instrument. Look at that and say, look, it's a quality of life that it's giving. This is a life skill, and music can set a person up to be stable emotionally, stable in their learning capacities, not just with music, but other things, and it helps in that. How can you go wrong when you got something that's going to help you in math, help you in language, help you in abstract sciences, in many areas of your learning capacity. So it offers far more than just music. They used to value music very highly in the schools, but it's one of the first things they cut out on their budgets. Unfortunately. It's not a plug, it's just it's a fact. It is not just a, so I encourage everybody, get your kids in music lessons, and even adults can still learn and benefit a little bit.
Sure, definitely. We will encourage everybody who is listening. So just come out and learn music. So thanks, Mr. Roy, for coming here and sharing the information with us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Thanks.
I appreciate that.